What's going on, peeps? Welcome back to another episode of the Celta Vigo career mode. Now, after last one, we saw us beat Manchester United by 2-1 in the Champions League, and then my game glitched out, so I actually couldn't show you what the group stage looked like. And unfortunately, I had to come back and resim the game against Man United so that we did match the result, which I've done ahead there. It means we won the game 2-1. You would have seen the highlights of the said game, though, in the previous one. So I'm going to start the episode off by showing you the group stage of the Champions League, as I was supposed to end the episode off last time showing you it. So this is how it looks like when we find our group. Where is it? There it is. So Fenerbahçe top it. After 3 games, they have won 2, drawing 1 of them, losing only none. Nearly said 1 for a second, but it's not. We are undefeated as well, but however, we have had 2 draws, only 1 win as well, which leaves us in second on 5 points. Obviously, my ugly mug is actually blocking it. So Fenerbahçe are on 7. Celta are on 5, and Manchester United are on 3 with Porto on 1. So we have a 2-point gap over United, and we are 2 points behind Fenerbahçe. Might have to move my my webcam, actually, so then that way I'm not always blocking the points. But that's how it currently sits for the group itself. Today's episode, waiting to see who we actually have. I'm not entirely sure. Levante, Numancia, Eibar, Fenerbahçe, Barca. I'm probably going to play... Probably going to play 3 of those. Maybe start at Levante, sim Eibar, sim the group stage or the Copa de España game, and then play against Fenerbahçe and Barca. It's not ideal when you have, like, Barca, 2 days after playing Fenerbahçe in the Champions League, but I did say that squad depth may become our problem this season, and I haven't been wrong thus far, have I? Alright, so off we go then into game 1. That's the side I'm going to go into it with. We got Blanco back in goal, of course, replacing... was it Gomez? Who's our actual backup? I think it is Gomez. Yeah, no, it's Lopez. I've forgotten my goalkeeper's name for a second. It's Lopez. We also have swapped out Marvelous for Dani Garcia, so he comes back in. Other than that, it's pretty much our strongest lineup. Of course, we want to win as many games as we possibly can. We're joint top at the moment with Barcelona in La Liga. After 8 games, we both sit on 20 points. They are ahead, though, by a single goal in the way of goal difference. So depending on how we play in today's episode, we could claw that back if we play well enough. So I guess the only way is to find out is by playing these games. So let's get into game 1 and see if we can win. I mean, we won the ball back there with Vas, and they might be in for 1-0. Ruben Blanco had to make the save. Won the ball up the other end of the pitch with Vas, and somehow didn't get the ball, and then 2 passes later, they were in on our goal and nearly made it 1-0. Not exactly an ideal way to defend this one. Sisto is giving it away, man. This is... What's going on? I just can't find the passing and stuff that I need to find. And then Ruben Dias makes a perfectly fine tackle. The ball bounces off him, though, and goes out for a throw-in. If EA want to throw any more aids into this game, I'll be happy to receive it. I mean, I know I complain a lot about EA aids, and that is the reason why. How many times is the ball going to bounce back to our opponents? The cross, I have no idea what Hugo Mayo's doing. He doesn't defend it, which is already frustrating enough, but then it bounces off the post, hits my player, I think, and then bounces straight back to the Levante player and we're 1-0 down. Yeah, Ruben Dias slides in on his own, because I didn't press that. He then passes it straight to Sandro, and they make it 1-0. This game sometimes, man, can't believe we're 1-0 down already. Here is Dani Garcia towards Pion Sisto. Good footwork, Pion Sisto into the box. He goes! And it's narrowly wide from Pion Sisto. Of course, that wouldn't fall to the bottom corner, would it? Oh, first chance of the game for us, and I've put it wide. To be honest, though, it was a bit more difficult than I expected it to be from Pion Sisto. Sandro, the goal scorer, coming a long way, but that's a great win back by Vas to his credit. Where was that tackle when we needed it moments ago? Sisto, nice win back. And Pion Sisto can stretch his legs. We have a 3-on-2 situation if Pion Sisto can use his ball correctly in towards a player in the area. Pion Sisto cleared off the line. Santi Mina. I don't understand how we're not 1-1. For goodness sake, I can't get the look I need right now. It was a great run from Sisto. His finish was there and the man cleared it off the line and the ball would not bounce back to us like it did for Levante's first. Let's try and whip this in. Sisto is up there with a header. Over the top of the crossbar. Half-time whistle goes. I'm pretty sure Levante have had 1 shot. And they might have scored their only shot. Let's have a look. Match facts. Actually, no. Apparently they've had 4 with 3 on target. I can't remember those 4. I can remember 2, because obviously the shot itself hit the post and then they got a second chance. So that was the 2 I can remember. I can't remember the 4, though. Nevertheless, the half-time break, it's 1-0 to our opponents. Here is Emery Moore towards Mina. Mina towards Belotti, who looks to try and get something. He's stronger than that, surely. There's no way Andrea Belotti just gets mugged off like that. I'm not being funny as well. For all the money we pay for him, I know he scores goals, but he doesn't feel like he's having much of an impact as we do get back in the game. Pion Sisto. Luckily, the ball bounces back for us for once, and we do find that equaliser. Get in there. I don't know what it is, right? I don't know if I'm not using Belotti correctly or anything like that, but I just feel like even though he scores goals for us, and of course he has hit something like 8 in 8, I just don't feel he's having the impact I require. Like, yeah, it's great him scoring the goals, and that's what he's in the side to do, but at the same time, I feel like those goals that he's actually getting are tap-ins. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm saying it now, and it's just probably me, like, being salty, and that's the reason why I'm saying this, because honestly, this first game has not been enjoyable to play whatsoever. A lot of misplaced passes again from us and just not really having the greatest performance. But yeah, I'm playing a little bit salty at the moment, and it's not a great way to play this game. Belotti towards Mina. Can we find an instant second here? Not quite. Great defending. Nobody really to go to, so waits for the run of Dani Garcia again. Again, though, what do I do with this ball? I don't have a lot of outlets on currently. Belotti will find Mina, who is one. It comes back for Belotti. Bounces back for us, and that's a great finish. My salt that I was speaking of earlier that I feel like he's not having an impact, I take it back, because that is a lovely finish from Andrea Belotti. We finally get the look that we required. Right, honestly, guys, you know, I mean, you've been on the channel how long now? You know my salty comes out when I don't like the way that EA are giving me these games. Well, I'll take it all back, because they have given me my slice of luck there as well, especially for the first goal. The second goal now gives me even more luck, because that is a sensational volley from Belotti. Lovely finish as well. And it is Celta Vigo 2... Levante 1. After we went a goal to 0 down, we are now back in front at 2-1. Well, I say back. I mean, we are in front at 2-1 for the first time even, I should have said. But, yeah. It's been a weird first game here. I don't know why. I just haven't enjoyed this whatsoever. As long as we get the points, though, I honestly won't care with the way this game has played and gone and been. As long as we do come away with the 3 points. Belotti looking for Mina again. Good footwork. Santi Mina to get inside the penalty area. Lovely play. Belotti's in. Belotti! Why was it so bad? What was that? I mean, seriously, Belotti, why are you powering forward towards the goalkeeper when all we have to do is feed you with that one pass and you're in? Belotti again. Ah, given away. And there is the full-time whistle. We do get the 2-1 victory. As I said, wasn't easy, and it wasn't enjoyable, but all I can say is we got the job done at least. So, in many ways, that's all we can really do, and it's nice to say that we also have Belotti on the score sheet, not for the first time this season. And I think it was just inner salty me coming out earlier on when I said I didn't feel like he was having an impact. But yeah, I think I'm using him slightly wrong as well in the aspect that I'm not kind of playing to his strengths. But we were the miles better side there, honestly. Don't know quite how we were 1-0 down, but doesn't matter now. We get the 3 points, a 2-1 win, and we do keep winning ways up. So if Barca lose, we'll take top spot. But very much like last season, it's going to be, I would say, Barca probably heading towards another league title because they're so difficult to stop. I'm sure there'll be other teams that come into this, but for right now, I think it's probably going to be us who are trying to stop them. We'll see if we can do it, or for how long we can do it, because if we do make it out of our Champions League group as well, we have that to think about too. So next up is Numancia, which is a round of 32, oops, nearly quit, a round of 32 Copa de España game, and we'll hopefully get through this one without having to play it. So the sim game is coming up. Ruben Blanco starts in goal. We've got a completely changed team, basically. Mbaye, Gomez, Fontas, and Cardoso at the back, with Oriol Busquets, Nakamba, marvellous that is, Xavier, Gomez, Lobotka, and Ruiz in the team. And we have taken the lead through Lobotka, so it is 1-0 to us after 4 minutes here. Lobotka doubles the advantage as well in the 40th minute. All the fours for Lobotka. He has handed in his transfer request, as remember, guys, as well. So at the end of this season, he potentially will be leaving, or in January for that matter. Gomez, that is not our defender Gomez. That is, of course, our striker. Makes it 3 before Abel Ruiz gets on the score sheet. And it's a quite comfortable 4-0 victory. Wasn't really expecting anything different there. No disrespect to our opponents, but if we'd have been knocked out there or not got the win, I'd have been very disappointed in my team. As I said, though, look at that table. Again, it's us fighting Barcelona. They're on 23, we're on 23. It's just going to be so tough again to do it to them, but we'll try our best. We've got some emails to go through. This guy just won't leave the club. Dennis Hecker, I swear I've accepted. Yeah, I've already accepted 2 offers for him, and he just won't leave. Jeez, man, he needs to go. Right, we've got some squad monthly reports back with the players we've currently got in our youth academy. A lot of these guys will be promoting. I don't know if we're going to be using all of them at some point in the series, but also as well, I wanted to mention, none of them have come back to me and said they want to come into the first team, but somebody who I am going to promote right now, Jose Vargas. He's been in here for a long period of time now. I think it's about time I promote him. I want to see what his, like, you know, kind of weak foot and skill moves are, because I don't want it to be a situation where I wait that long and then find out that he's got such a poor one. Everybody else I'm going to leave in here just until we get some more growth out of, you know, their physicals and stuff like that, and then we'll promote them. But I want to see what Vargas's weak foot and skill moves are saying. So let me have a look. So he's 59 rated, of course. Me leaving him in there has upgraded his acceleration and sprint speed a little bit. They were worse last time I checked. He's got good strength at 75. Poor finishing for a striker, but we need to improve that, and we can do that, of course, through the training. Oh, this is what I mean, man. The amount of times I see 2-star weak foot strikers, it's just so off-putting. Like, we picked up Regis Crespi from the free agents. He's 4-star, 4-star, and immediately, even if he was, you know, lower rated, I'd be picking him over it. That now makes me not want to train Vargas. Player of the month announced, and it's gone to Santi Mina. Slightly surprised, I've got to say. We've got this game coming up against Eibar. I've changed the side back to our strongest team, as you can see on the left-hand side there. Again, expecting nothing less than a victory here, especially at home. The home advantage should carry us through. And Pion Sisto makes it 1-0 after 3 minutes. Get in there. We're looking at Belotti to try and score again here. Just noticed Eibar have got Schneidlin in their ranks. So in which case, not a bad striker, or sorry, midfielder to have. Sisto doubles our advantage inside the 36th minute. Adding to his already to get a second. We've got Lobotka on for more. Belotti has scored. Perfect. Continues his scoring ways. And that is us winning 3-0 against Eibar. Of course, the next game we've got to play is in the Champions League. But that is a fantastic way to keep going in La Liga. I actually want to see how many goals Belotti, in fact, does have in La Liga. Let's have a look. See if he's at the top. Alright, so we have actually got the 2 top goal scorers. Belotti has 9 and Sisto has 6 in the first, 9 games I think we're into now? Even Mina has 5 after that, so we are scoring for fun. Mina has 7 assists and 5 goals in 9 appearances, I think it is now, in a league, which is tremendous. What a return. No wonder he's picked up Player of the Month. I don't know, maybe I'm being harsh. I just didn't feel like I was seeing that much out of him. But still, hey, Santi Mina, enjoying a really good spell. So yeah, out of 10 La Liga games, 5 goals, 7 assists. I was wrong, it's 10. Belotti's hit 9 in 9 in La Liga, with 1 assist as well. That is a sensational return. I'm surprised, but still. Emery Moore being pretty quiet. What about Pion Sisto? Let's have a look at him. I think he's on the other way, actually. Pion Sisto. Yeah, so he's hit 8 in 13 on competition, 6 in 10 in La Liga. Similar type of form. So yeah, good form thus far out of our front 3. If Moore can match it, then he will be also doing well. I've just noticed as well, Santi Mina is up to 82. We only need Emery Moore to grow a couple of overalls, or even 1 for that matter, and we'll have every single player 80 and above in our first team, which will be tremendous. Alright, so next up, we have Fenerbahçe at home in Spain. The table looks very close, as I showed you previously. I think if we lose this here to them, that'll put them on 10 points after 4 games, and it'll put us on 5. And depending on how Manchester United and Porto finish, could make the group very interesting indeed. So our only job here is to avoid a defeat, try our hardest to beat them. I felt slightly hard done by after our first game against them when we drew 1-1. We took the lead and ended up conceding pretty much straight after, so we don't want that situation to happen again. So the team I've got, strong. We've got Lopez in, Dermisi in, Marvelous in at the CDM role as well, and Mbaye at the right back. They're the only 4 changes I have made to the side that played previously, and hopefully they'll work in our favour. I'm kind of thinking in the back of my mind as well, if we get out of this group stage, to maybe just focus on La Liga. So if we do get knocked out, I'm not going to say that it's going to be the end of the world, because as you saw, us and Barca are very close at the top, so it would also be kind of helpful if we went through to the Champions League, but we can't think like that. We have to try and get through. For the sake of trying to win as much as we possibly can, let's see if we can beat Fenerbahçe on the second time of asking. Belotti, Mina, We'll find Pion Sisto. Sisto's got a run from Andrea Belotti coming through the middle. Belotti! And it's 1-0 Celta Vigo. We take the lead. It's Andrea Belotti. It took us a matter of 28 minutes. But remember, we took the lead against Fenerbahçe last time as well. And we still conceded to come away with only a single point there. So I don't want the same situation happening here. Good finish from Belotti. I'm not going to watch it back. I need to focus on trying to defend here. If you've been following me on a long time on the channel, you'll know a lot of my frailties lie with my defending. I don't seem to be able to stop people scoring against me. It doesn't just happen on AI either. Online, I'm so bad at defending. So, got to do that today if we want to finally get a victory against Fenerbahçe in this one as Isla comes forward. Delivery in towards the box. For some reason, it wouldn't let me switch from memory more there to try and defend that cross. Luckily, it actually kind of worked out, though, because we did defend it. Dermisi towards Sisto. And we need to just keep hold of the ball and look to close the game out. Emery Moore, Santi Mina, back to Moore to Belotti. Haven't got a lot going up the other end of the pitch, so I'm trying to keep hold of the ball at the moment. As I say that, we found Santi Mina with a good pass. Mina strike! Oh, it's gone in! What a finish from Santi Mina! I'm wondering if that took a deflection, though, because that did have some pace behind it. It looked like the ball had gone, and that must be painful for Santi Mina if you just watch the way he smashed that corner flag. Does it take a deflection is the question. I think it does, you know. It goes through the defender's legs. We'll see better from this angle. It does take a deflection. Goes off the underside of the number 33's leg and ends up hitting the post and falling in the bottom corner. It's going to go as Mina's goal because it was on target anyways, and I can't complain at that. But there we go, 2-0. Wow, we didn't score twice against them last time, so already a better start than we had there. And what a finish it was from Mina, courtesy, of course, of that deflection. Great ball, Valbuena, and that's a fantastic save, Paul Lopez. Should have been 2-1. Came from absolutely nothing as well, but to be honest, I know I give myself a bit of grief for not defending very well, but I don't think there was much I could have done against that. It was literally one ball out wide, and then the cross was sensational in towards the box. There wasn't really a lot I could have done to stop that. So I'm not surprised that that one very nearly ended up being 2-1. You've got to give credit where it's due. They did create a very nice chance there. Lovely 1-2. Soldado nearly finds the back of the net. They've had their moments here, Fenerbahçe, and could have quite easily scored, but they haven't managed to score a goal yet today. And that's, again, not really great defending from me, allowing them far too easily to get in. What was that? Gomez has been shocking since he's come on. Doesn't matter because we won 2-0 anyway, so we do pick up that victory in the Champions League group stage. Fenerbahçe losing. And depending on the result over in Manchester between Porto and Manchester United, it could be so tight in this group. It doesn't have a lot of relevance, that one, because it doesn't mean we're out at all yet. We still have a lot of work to do in the final two games, but thus far, I'm happy with that result. So Man United beat Porto 3-1. So as it stands, we move to 8 points. Fenerbahçe are on 7, and I think Manchester United are on 6. I could be wrong, but let me just double check that. I mean, whatever we do here, it's still going to be tough to get out of our group. Yeah, so there's us on 8, Fenerbahçe on 7, and Manchester United on 6. Of course, you can't see it, my face again. But yeah, so 2 points separate Man United from us. I think we still have to play Manchester United and Porto. So it's in our hands, basically. Win the games, we're through the group. That's all we've got to do. I've just realised that Barca are not, in fact, joint top with us anymore. They must have lost a game because we are 3 points ahead. So we can afford a defeat here and still be on the same points, but we would be behind them on goal difference. A draw will keep us top, though. So let's get into this one. Barcelona trying to retain their league title again this year. We were narrowly behind them in second. This time around, it's us in control. Here we go then. FC Barca taking on Celta Vigo. We're travelling over to El Libertador, as it's also known, unfortunately not in game, as the new camp. I've switched it back to our usual suspects. So Blanco's back in there, Mayo's back in there, Johnny's back in there, and Garcia also back in at CDM. This one's going to be tough. As I said, though, we can avoid have a defeat here and still be top of the table, joint with Barca only behind on goal difference. The draw will keep us top. A win will move us even further out in front. So my main aim here is to just try and pick up that draw. I want to see as well what kind of team Barca are rocking with. Let's get in the game and find out. So as I've previously said, we can't actually show you the team lining up because it gets copyrighted, but that's the team that Barca are playing. That's not what I was expecting. Silason's not a bad keeper. Yerry Mina at the back's not fantastic at this point. He, of course, will grow nicely, though, and become beast. Fabian Delph, Thomas Vermaelen, and Lichtsteiner at the back alongside him. Wouldn't have them in my team. Deulofeu, Sergi Samper, Busquets, and Koeman. The only one I really like out of those four is Koeman. And Mudier and Uth up front. What on earth are Barcelona thinking? Having said that, they did have a Champions League game as well days ago like we did. So it could be that they're resting players. That might be the case. But wow, that's a bad side from Barca. I'm saying it now. Watch me get smashed by them. Let's get into the game and find out. Here is Deulofeu for Barca. I've just been slating their team. Let's see if they take the lead in this one. They very nearly do. Sergio Busquets, out of nowhere, never hit a shot in his life before, nearly gave them the lead. This game sometimes is actually silly, because that is so unrealistic. Busquets would never strike it at that speed. Did you see how fast that shot went? Insanity. But Emre Moore up the other end now, looking to set us 1-0 up. It's going to be 1-0. Lichtsteiner's own goal. Emre Moore tried to play it across. The Barcelona man gets in a tangle, and we lead by a goal to 0. Moments before that, we could have been a goal to 0 down, because of Sergio Busquets' incredible strike. What on earth has just happened to Lichtsteiner's feet? That was something out of an Alien type film. Not a clue. Anyways, we lead by a goal to 0. It's Lichtsteiner's own goal. And I'll take it. But that was very, very strange. Started off with a Busquets shot and ended with them putting it in their own net. As I did say, it could be that they're resting players after their Champions League game in the midweek, or it literally just could be they're underestimating us. I've not done this before with the... I think I need a second controller, but I know you can adjust teams before you go into game. If any of you know how to do it in the comments section, might have to do it for the next game, depending on who they actually play, because, yeah, I'm surprised there's the side that they've got. Like, they have Gerard Piqué on the bench, apparently. You know, he would be starting for me over probably Thomas Vermaelen, so... May have to look into possibly changing around the sides in future just to make sure we're playing against the best teams available. Deulofeu in the box will find Uth, then it's going to be 1-1. May not even matter because I have conceded here in the 21st minute. Player's not picking up their men again, and he finds himself completely unmatched. Whose man is he? I mean, Diaz just doesn't even know he's there. Ruben Diaz, man. Pick him up. Oh, that's a simple pass just given away. I'm sick and tired of us giving away stupid, simple passes. That should have gone through 100%. And if they score from this, comes again from a mistake made by us. It's ridiculous. It's a simple A pass, which I tried to make happen, and we can't do it. Emre Moore with a little bit of space over on this right-hand side. Belotti, though, isn't giving us much because he's running exactly the same way as Emre Moore. Here is Emre Moore towards the back post where Mina is. Why did he take the touch there? I'm sorry. Why is Belotti not highlighting first and foremost? And then... I can't believe this. I can't believe this game. I wanted that to Belotti. He didn't highlight, so Mina took over, took the touch, we lost it, they go up the other end and score. And it's a worldie again. I'm sick and tired of giving away chances like this and them scoring an absolute worldie. Somehow at the halftime break, we are yet to even manage a shot on Barcelona's goal. And this weak side that we're playing against is somehow beating us by 2-1. There is no excuses for this defeat if we lose this. Boys have been shocking all afternoon long. And again, it comes down to the simple fact that I just don't seem to be able to defend when we need to. I'm switching the formation here because we're having a shocker. I'm going to switch it to a 4-3-3. But my goodness me, what on earth is happening to us again? I honestly don't know why Mina did not highlight. Belotti did not highlight when I tried to get him through. Mina and Belotti getting in each other's way. Good start. Here is Emre Moore. 57 minutes in, looking for our first shot on goal. Cross goes in. Belotti's header straight at the keeper. Phenomenal, Belotti. Well done, mate. Here is Mayo. Mina's touch. Again, what is the touch from Santi Mina? Irrelevant, though, because here goes Belotti. Mina's in the box. Santi Mina looking for it. There we go. 2-2. Back in the game. Our first shot of this, well, second shot of this entire second half. In fact, second shot of the entire game. Finds his way into the back of the net. The touches from our players right now are so bad. And I really, really hate it when I get salty at this game. But it's sometimes so frustrating because there's no excuses for the way we're playing, other than the fact that I'm just not having a good game again. And it always comes down to me bottling it, which is already frustrating enough. I don't need my players making mistakes as well to help me out in that aspect. I bottle it enough already. Pablo Ruiz towards Santi Mina. Mina, a little bit of space. Not quite the pass I was hoping for, but it's maybe worked out anyways as Pion Sisto in towards the box. Just doesn't realise where the ball's going. Instead, loses it. Danny Garcia will pick it up. Johnny towards Belotti. Keeps it just... This is really bad. Like, look at these touches from our players right now. Touches of dreams. Belotti's in. Belotti! 3-2. There we go. Back in front. Deservedly so. Barca have done absolutely nothing in the second half, but we haven't helped ourselves at all. I'm just really, really frustrated because the touches that we're having from our players, they're just so slow and sluggish. I mean, look at that from Vas, the turn there. Even Belotti's turn, actually, was pretty poor. But there it was, the finish, the 5-star weak foot coming in clutch. And we do find the third of the afternoon. 3-2 up here. I've struggled, and that's not something I expected to say. Belotti pounces on a mistake there. But Andre Gomez just shrugs him off like he's got no strength at all. Luckily, Deulofeu's touch is poor. Mina Belotti's through. Where on earth are they going? Andre Belotti. He's got Ruiz, the former Barca B-man, to the right. How has he not played that through? Those are the type of mistakes I talk about when I say that we're not good. Because that was a simple pass to make. And somehow we did it completely wrong. Should have been 4-2, that. I need to focus because, again, that should have been 4 again. Vas wins that header towards Belotti, who's in towards the penalty area yet again. Andrea Belotti, who's causing problems now for this Barca backline. He can't seem to find a pass at the moment. Luckily, we've won it by 3-2. So we have advanced our lead in this La Liga title race. But, I mean, match facts. Not good. Not good at all. 4 shots, 3 on target. We scored 3 at least. So at least there is that to look forward to. But considering we played the entire first half without actually having a shot on goal is poor. Nevertheless, we win the game. My salt comes out again, not for the first time in this series. And we move forward and just look forward again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be how we end today's episode off. I've moved myself lower down the screen so then that way you can see the table when I show you it. We'll start the next episode with a game against Granada, which we'll sim. And then we'll play Manchester United at home, I think, in the group stage of the Champions League. A couple of tough games to come. We'll see how we play in those games. I've got a load of emails to sift through as well. But for the table itself, this is how it looks. We are top of the table after 11 games, still undefeated after 9 wins, 2 draws, and only conceding 9 in our first 11 as well. Atletico bolster a better defensive record than us, though, with only conceding 6, so kudos to those guys. But we are the top scorer as well in the division at 27 goals. 6 points ahead of second place Barcelona, which I'm very happy to say. Down the bottom, Malaga, Granada, and Nastic are the 3 teams down the bottom. We, of course, take on Granada next episode right at the start, so that should be another 3 points. Real Madrid not enjoying a good season thus far. 9th place at the moment. But as it stands, we're doing okay. And just before I leave you, I want to see the players' stats to see who currently is winning. So, Belotti with 10 strikes in, I think, 10 games or 11 games. Sisto is 6. Mina with 6. Mina also with 7 assists, still tops that one. And overall, it's been a very, very good start to this second season of this series. If you enjoyed today's episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. You guys are incredible. I say it all the time, but thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for everything you do for the channel. Really appreciate it. We're closing on 23,000 subscribers, which is madness. So thank you again, as I said, for that. But I'll be back again tonight at 6 PM for another video. And also, alongside that, there may be a couple of streams this week, as we have had the World Cup game mode dropped out. So I will most likely probably stream at some point in the near future on that. But for now, guys, I will see you all again tonight at 6. If you're new around here, like what you see, subscribe button is down below. Alongside that is a notification bell. See you all again later. Adios.